So I'm really happy today to have Lee Savoie with us. Lee got his PhD from UA Computer Science in 2019. And Lee, why don't you tell us something about yourself? Just
Sure.
your background.
As Dave said, my name is Lee Savoie. Did my undergrad and master's degree at University of Texas in Dallas, PhD here at the U of A. I'm currently working as a software engineer for a small startup called Voltaiq that does battery analytics.
Great, thanks. So why did you attend UA Computer Science?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's a lot of reasons, but it boils down to mostly I've always wanted to get a PhD. And so, when the time the opportunity came and U of A was the closest university of note, so that's how it started.
And I should say that I was fortunate enough to be in at the university when you decided to attend. Um, so what did you enjoy most about your time in the department?
Well, the fun things are always the trips. Being able to go with people to, all over the country, listen to people present their work and eat too much food and that kind of stuff. Um, it sounds a little bit cheesy, but the best part is always the people. Got to work with a lot of really good people, meet some friends and have some fun times.
So what's your favorite single memory in your time in the department?
Yeah, I'm not that great at picking favorites, but I do remember kind of similar to the answer to my last question. So I got the ARCS Foundation Scholarship from the Phoenix chapter here, and so that involved a dinner and presentation and being able to meet all the donors, which I did a couple of times, and those were really fun. So that stands out, just being able to meet some of the donors for the ARCS Foundation Scholarship and um, yeah, see why they're interested in science.
I should say that that's a extremely prestigious award to receive. Um, so tell us about your current job.
Yeah, I do lots of things, I guess, as most people do. I mentioned that I'm a software engineer. Work for a startup called Voltaiq that's in the battery industry. Basically, we write software that tests or that analyzes the results of battery tests. So if you're building something with batteries, or you're building batteries, or you're researching batteries, there's a lot of testing that goes into that to see how they perform in different conditions. And we write software that sort of pulls in all this data and cleans it up and makes it easy to understand much more quickly for the battery scientists working on it. So it's heavily software, it's heavily data focused. So I'm often solving problems around managing large volumes of data for these tests. Um, yeah, that's
How,
kind of.
how how long have you been there?
I'm coming up on 4 years, I think. Yeah.
Great. So do you have any advice for U of A computer science PhD students?
Probably the best advice I could give is some advice that you gave me, Dave, which is fail fast. If you've got a cool idea or something, the best thing to do is find the fastest possible way to see if there's any possibility that it might work, so that you don't invest months and months of time into something that's going to end up, not having any interesting results or anything like that. So that's probably the best advice, and it continues being useful. I mean, I do it at work these days. If we have a new idea, try to prove it out as quickly as possible rather than spend a bunch of months implementing a big system that ends up not doing what you wanted. Fail fast.
I'm glad that one got through. Yes. So so tell us something about yourself that we might not know, something unique, if you will.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, a lot of people probably don't know I was a grad student at the University of Arizona, but you're probably not looking for that. Um, getting something maybe a little bit more interesting. I was in the marching band in high school. I was actually the drum major for a year.
Oh.
So
Did you twirl the mace and throw it up about 100 feet and all that?
no, no, there was no baton twirling. I did
Okay.
shout commands sometimes and with music.
That's cool. All right. Well, anyway, Lee, thanks for taking the time to sit down with us and tell us how you're doing. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Good to talk.